So I'm sat in my garden and I was actually in two minds about talking about this subject. So if you don't want to hear anything about some of the stuff that's been going on, then just scroll on, disappear. I don't want to hear it. But if you're actually interested in learning a little bit, and if you're actually interested in seeing some of the blatant racism that black and brown gardeners and people in the horticultural and permaculture field face, then stick around. You'll want to hear this. So one of the things that's important to know is this garden channel is not just a gardening channel, it's a channel that teaches permaculture. And within permaculture, we've got earth care, people care, and fair share. These are the three guiding principles. Earth care is fairly obvious. People care is a massive thing. And fair share, sharing enough that everyone has something that they can call their own and something that they can form part of a cooperative as. One of the things that I've been facing very recently is not because of some of the stuff that I've been doing with regards to permaculture. Well, it can be broadly taken into permaculture, but more with regards to some of the activism that I've been doing in my own personal life. They've been coming onto my YouTube channel, which I've kept fairly neutral and on topic, but they've been coming on here and giving me abuse here and trying to get me cancelled, trying to boycott me, trying to give me insulting comments. The saddest thing is, this is from actually people who have been around for a while. They've taken a lot of knowledge from me, so they've taken a lot from me. And now they think they can control me and they can bully me into some kind of submission. But if you know who I am and if you know my character, you know I won't be bullied, I won't be intimidated by anyone. So on the subject of people care, permaculture, one of the things about permaculture, it teaches that we, as well as we care for the planet, as well as we try and grow food in order to look after ourselves and look after our communities, we have to look after people, whether that's through political institutions, whether that's through setting up cooperatives to support people. Now, a lot of hipster permaculturists, they like the funky gardening, they like the interesting gardening things, but they don't want to hear about the rest of it. And if you're that kind of person, yeah, maybe I'm a little bit too political for you. Maybe if you just want to grow a little bit of food on your allotment and you want to say that's permaculture, fine. But that's not me, and that's never been me. Now, I've kept this channel mainly on growing food and teaching you guys how to grow food. The vast majority of you that have come on here have learned a massive amount from me and taken a lot of knowledge from me. But then when you come on and try and dictate to me what I can speak about in my personal life, and then try and dictate to me what position I can take on any sort of political matter, that's absolutely beyond the pale. Now, that's a message around trying to control someone, and you do that to people who you think are beneath you, really. And I'm not beneath you, I'll tell you that now. So back to permaculture and people care. Decolonization is a massive aspect, and you get a lot of sort of middle-class permaculturists want to talk about decolonization, and they want to revitalize and learn from the Native Americans, and they want to learn from the Aboriginals, and they want to try and get their rights. The thing that fuels them is the same thing that fuels the people who think they can control me, or the middle-class liberals who think they can control black and brown people. They support us as long as we're not a threat, but the minute we start speaking up and we start asserting ourselves, then we're a problem. And this is the massive issue that I'm facing at the moment. We have this situation in Palestine where millions of people are being ethnically cleansed, where millions of people have been kept in open-air prisons. And because I've spoken about that in my personal life, I've spoken about that on my other personal platforms, I've kept this channel pretty free from that. And I didn't even want to broach this topic onto this channel, but when I got a comment on Saturday night after my live stream, someone who'd been actually watching my channel for a long time, they came onto my channel and they said that I can't speak about politics, and they don't come onto it for this SHIT. Now, when you're saying stuff like that, and you're leaving comments that my children are seeing, you are behaving in a way that is a bully, you're trying to intimidate me, and I don't take that. I don't take that from anyone. You want to leave that kind of comment, you don't want to follow me, fine. Another long-time subscriber has launched a campaign on trying to get people to unsubscribe from me. He's sent me messages saying he's not going to watch my videos anymore. Your loss, mate. You've been watching my channel, you've been taking benefit from me for a long time. You lose out, it's not me. What you do is you give me the inspiration and the fuel to carry on fighting. So now I'm even bringing the topic onto this platform where I've got a massive reach. So you've brought that topic onto here. Palestine needs to be free. Decolonization is something that all permaculturists need to be fighting for. It's not just a case of trying to get the non-threatening ethnic minority in a public place to speak about an issue that's never going to impact you, that's never going to change anything major. Other things that a lot of liberals try to do with me is when I fought racism and I stood up and I launched Dig It Out, is the minute I wasn't going to be controlled by them, then they wanted to distance themselves. Black and brown people have a right to exist, whether it's in Britain, whether it's in America, whether it's Western Europe, whether it's in Asia, Africa, the Middle East. We have a right to our culture. We have a right to have a connection to our homelands and our people. Absolutely fine. We have that right. So we talk about decolonization. We have to fight every type of colonialism, not just those forms of colonialism and that have long gone and they're never going to affect anything anymore. There's lots of Native Americans still fighting for their rights. We need to support them. And I mean really support them. There's lots of Aboriginals still fighting for their equality. We still need to support them. We need to get them. We need to be fighting for them. This is the same situation as Palestine. We have a situation where European colonizers have gone in and taken over the land, taken over the people, enslaved them pretty much. They're massacring them as they want. And if you as a permaculturist is going to talk about decolonization but stay away from this subject, then you're a hypocrite. You're an absolute hypocrite. Permaculture organisations need to address this subject, and they need to address it in a balanced and a fair way, not just pretending that, not just parroting the government lines. As long as we're meek and we say yes sir, no sir, and we're polite and we nod our heads and bow our heads to everyone and anyone, then we're acceptable. But the minute we stand up and we speak up for ourselves, then we're a problem. Then we're a threat. You see. I don't get intimidated very easily. You can carry on. If I've told some of the bullies that want to come and try and threaten me and intimidate me, if you want to leave me, if you want to stop watching my channel, that's absolutely fine. You know, good luck to you. If you want to carry on learning from me, you learn something about not just gardening, but you learn something about life as well, and you learn something about being a human being. I can teach you that. And I'm sure lots of people are going to come on, oh, he's angry. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Whenever we speak up for ourselves, this is the problem that we have, is automatically we're labelled as being angry. Whenever we act in a way that is slightly different to your perception of us, then we're dangerous and we're the ones who are the problem. Where it's actually your perception that needs to change. It's actually your interpretation, and it's actually the way you want to control us that needs to change. We are independent people. We are independent minded. We have connections that stretch beyond just nationality. That's something that someone from a dual heritage like myself is always going to have. And we're always going to balance that. So if you do want to carry on and stick around and learn from me, absolutely stick around, learn from me. But if you are one of those people that thinks they can control me and bully me, or thinks that they can dictate what I do in my personal life, jog on.